Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the garage. Today I'm going to be installing some rubber floor tiles in my garage and getting rid of the nasty garage floor that I'm currently having to work on when I work on my car. And I decided to go with, there's a lot of options out there for different types of flooring that you can do in your garage. Epoxy is a very popular one. A few different types of tiles, and I'm no expert, but I did a little research on this before I bought the rubber tiles, and decided to go with those because they're easy to install. They kind of conform to your floor if it has any slight imperfections in level. They're quiet. Yeah, so this is the tile that I decided to go with. It's called a Nitro Flex Coin Nitro Flex tile because it has these little circles on it. As I mentioned, it's a sort of a rubber, durable rubber material that flexes and bends. They do make some tiles that are a very stiff, hard plastic, and I heard that those can make a lot of noise when you're walking on them, especially if your floor has any imperfections in it. And so I just didn't want to deal with any noise issues at all, so I just decided to go with this. Now, in a perfect world, if this house were new and the garage floor was in really good shape and didn't require a lot of prep to prep for a epoxy floor, I would have actually gone with epoxy. But this garage floor had it. It's got stains all over it from oil and what have you, and so I just didn't want to deal with the prep that would be required to get it ready for epoxy. So this I can do in a day, supposedly, or even just a few hours. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that and see how it goes. The only downside to these tiles is the cost. They are a little more expensive than if you wanted to do some other alternatives. But my time is cost as well, so I'd rather spend a little bit more money and a lot less time. Doing an epoxy floor would take me days, and this I might be able to knock it out before dinner tonight. So yeah, let's get started and get all of this crap out of here and onto the driveway and get started. Okay, so I got the garage floor swept up and cleared out. All the stuff is off the floor, it's outside. I went over it with a scraper to get any residue or any small bumps or anything like that that might cause the floor to be not quite level or have a bump in it. Just scraped all that off with the scraper. As you saw, I have some shelves that are behind the camera. And those posts are resting on the floor, so because those shelves are level, I trimmed off the bottom of each post, the height of the tile, just to have the shelves be exactly where they are now once the tiles are underneath those posts. And then behind me, you can see I laid out some of the tiles just to see where I was going to end up at the on the garage side. because I didn't want to end up with just a little sliver of tile left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the first one on this side so that I have the same size tile on the front and the back, so it looks more symmetrical. I know it's not a huge issue, but you know, if you ever do any tile work, you don't want little slivers of tiles anywhere along the edge. So, all right, yeah, let's get to it. Unfortunately, it's about 105 today here in Texas, so I'm sweating my ass off. I got my towel. And I'm gonna try to get through this before the sun gets too low on this side and starts coming into the garage and hitting inside the garage. So let's get to it. guys, that's it. I got it all in. I actually had a little mishap at the end here. I was 2 tiles short, which I think I knew that, but I didn't want to buy a whole nother box for 2 tiles. So I'm gonna see if I can pick up 2. Maybe the manufacturer or the shipper ships them singles. I don't know, probably not. But yeah, you can see over in the corner there, I've got a gray one and half a black one from a previous cut somewhere else. So yeah, I mean, it still came out really well. Take a look. Yeah, so, you know, not too bad. Took me a few hours, but still came out pretty well. Yeah, now time to put everything back in and have a beer. Thanks guys for watching, and see you next time.